Hey everyone, how's it going? Onita here. Thank you for stumbling upon this little awkward video, this awkward channel. And today's video is all about my anticipated reads for 2022 because there are quite a few. And I'm excited about all of these and I hope to be reading them like as soon as they come out. I have my laptop here, so if you see me looking down, that's what it is. There will be a part 2 for this one. This is like part 1 for like the first half of the year that I could find. There will be a part 2 for the second half of the year, so be sure to check that out as well. And this list might also expand. These are just the ones I could find now, but keep an eye out for my TBRs as I'll most likely be putting some more on there when I find more anticipated reads that I just really want to read. The first one that just came out just recently, it is the 22nd as of filming this, and on the 18th of January, The Last Legacy by Adrienne Young was released. This is set in the same universe as the Fable duology. I have read the duology last year and thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I was pleasantly surprised by it. This is a standalone, but it's setting in like the same universe. It's a captivating standalone about family and blood ties, reinventing yourself and controlling your own destiny. 18-year-old Bryn Roth, as she receives a letter from her uncle Henrik summoning her back to Bastion. To take a place amongst her long-lost family, Bryn must hold everyone's trust if she wants to hold any power. Bryn soon realizes that her family is still embroiled in the very dirty business that got her parents killed years ago. Along with a forbidden romance, dangerous work ahead, Bryn realizes the cost of being accepted into the Roth's family may be more than she can pay. Adrienne Young has 2 books coming out this year. The second one that she has coming out this year comes out on August 2, and it is called Spells for Forgetting. I believe this is her first adult book. It is a rural island community steeped in the mystical superstitions of its founders and haunted by an unsolved murder is upended by the return of the suspected killer in this deeply atmospheric novel. Yeah, I don't think I want to say too much about it. I don't want to read too much about the plot of it. I just want to go into it. And on the 3rd of March, we have The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. I have read the book, The Guest List by this author. The Guest List was incredibly popular. I just thought it was okay. Like, I didn't really see anything too grand or spectacular about it. I just thought it was fine. It gave it 3 stars, but I like the atmosphere it had in it. This is a murder mystery surrounding a very beautiful Paris apartment block. The number 12 Rue... Oh my gosh, okay, here we go. Time to ruin the French language. Rue des Amans? Is it Aman? Anyway. A murder and mystery lies behind an apartment door, like an apartment building. Or apartment 3 is where the murder happens. So it seems like we get the points of view from the watchful concierge, the scorned lover, the prying journalist, the naive student, and the unwanted guest. Another one that is coming out on the 3rd of March is This My Turt by Stephanie Wrobel. She is the author of the... what's it called again? The Recovery of Rose something of... oh gosh. Is it The Recovery of Rose Gold? Yes, The Recovery of Rose Gold. She has a new book coming out, like I said, This My Turt, and it has to deal with cults. So this is what the tagline says. Welcome to Wisewood. We'll keep your secrets if you keep ours. It seems like Wisewood is this self-help center where people can go and get help if they want to. It's like a retreat, I guess you could say. It's easy to get into this place, but you can't ever get out. It's very difficult to get out. And we're following this main character whose sister is in this self-help community, in this self-help group. The self-help retreat restricts access to the outside world. You don't know what's going on outside. Outside can't contact people inside. And there are no testimonies from previous guests saying, oh my god, what a wonderful experience. This really helped me. So we're following Natalie, who is a main character, and her sister, I believe, is in this self-help retreat. She receives an email from Wisewood one day, and they have found out that Natalie is harboring a dark secret, one that could shatter her world and her sister's world. And they have given her an ultimatum. Would you like to come tell your sister what you did, or shall we? That just sounds so good, it really does. I enjoyed The Recovery of Rose Gold, I really did. I just couldn't help but picture Aunt Lydia as the mother in The Recovery of Rose Gold. The actress that plays Aunt Lydia needs to be the mother in it if there were ever to be an adaptation. Just because her voice was so strong and her voice was so similar to Aunt Lydia. If you've seen The Handmaid's Tale, it was just, ooh, so good. It really was. March just seems to be the month for anticipated releases for me because The War of the Two Queens, the 4th book in the From Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, is coming out in March. I feel like I've talked about and gushed about this book series enough, but I'm still going to gush and talk about it again. The series is about a maiden named Poppy. She can't talk to anyone, look upon anyone, touch anyone. Did I say speak to anyone? But anyway, they can't touch her. They can't do the same things that she can't do to people, like talking, seeing people, talking to people, touching people. She can't experience pleasure, which is pretty boring. And there's a new guard to make sure that she rises to ascension. Apologies if you hear noises out there. It sounds like very bad soundproofing in here. There is this new guard to protect Poppy and to make sure she rises to ascension, which is said to be this rite of passage for any maiden. And there's like a bit of a love story between Poppy and Hawke, who is her new guard. And it's so much more than that, and it just like takes off from there. And the plot twist, oh my gosh, plot twist in the first one, plot twist, was there a plot twist in the third one? Either way, the third one really picks up and it kind of lays a little nesting grounds, little nesting eggs for the 4th one. And I'm hoping the 4th one has a lot more action in it because we're getting dual perspective as well. We're getting Poppy's point of view and we're getting Castile's point of view, or Hawke's point of view. And I could not be more excited for it. I really couldn't. I do have like the little novella that's just from Hawke's point of view. I have not read that yet and I really should. And yeah, I just need this book right now. And March is only like, what, 2 months away? So I will be reading this pretty much straight away. Heartstopper Volume 5 by Alice Oseman. Like I said, it is a graphic novel. There is no release date I could find for this, so I don't really know when it's coming out. Maybe later on in the year, I don't know, but either way, it is coming out. Also, I've heard that, I don't know how true this is, but apparently the 5th volume in the graphic novel series will be not discontinued or anything, but it'll be replaced in favor for a novel with Nick and Charlie. Because it follows 2 teenage boys, Nick and Charlie. I don't remember which one is which, but one is gay. He's openly gay. The other one realizes that he could be bisexual. These 2 boys, Nick and Charlie, become friends in school, which eventually turns into this love story between them. It's such a sweet, beautiful, heartwarming, quick, lovely, absolutely beautiful graphic novel series. The 3rd and 4th one both deal with darker topics of mental health issues and eating disorders. Having difficulties with coming out of your sexuality and is like the difficulties with that and how hard it is for some people, and it also has homophobia as well and possibly transphobia, I don't know, so just be warned, there are some trigger warnings for it. On the 28th of April, we have The No Show by Beth O'Leary. This is the author of The Flat Share, which is a book I have read and actually really enjoyed. I thought it was a really good novel, I really did. Towards the end, it was kind of like a little bit 90s rom-com cliche, but overall, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, this one, The No Show, she's also published 2 books. The Road Trip and The Switch, 2 books I have not read yet and I really want to because I really do like this author. It follows 3 women, Shaban, Miranda and Jane, and these 3 women have a date with the same man. I don't even think they know that they have a date with the same man. Here comes Joseph Carter, the man who is seemingly dating these 3 women, but it seems like that nobody can find him, so it's all about like this. I'm hoping we get to see who Joseph is. And it's just a novel about waiting, falling in love in general, just waiting for the right guy to show up kind of thing. It is said to be a brilliantly funny, heartbreaking and joyful novel about dating, waiting, and the ways love can find us. That actually seems like a pretty good novel, I'm not gonna lie. The 27th of October, we have Light Perpetual, which is book 3 of the Hussite Trilogy by Andrzej Sapkowski, the author of the Witcher series, starting with The Tower of Fools. I believe it's like historical religion fantasy. And it is a trilogy. It is a trilogy, which makes me happy. I have the first two, have not read these yet. Rainma of Bailawa, sometimes known as Rainoven, I'm butchering these names, I'm so sorry, is a doctor, a magician, and according to some, a charlatan. Discovered in bed with the wife of a high-born knight, he must flee his normal life, but his journeys will lead him into a part of Europe which will be overtaken by chaos. Religious tension between Hussite and Catholic countries is threatening to turn into war, pursued not only by the affronted Sturgzam brothers, bent on vengeance, but also by the Holy Inquisition, and with strange mystical forces gathering in the shadows, Rainoven finds himself in the Narenturum, oh gosh, the Tower of Fools. The tower is an asylum for the mad or for those who dare to think differently and challenge the prevailing order. But can Rainoven escape the tower and avoid being drawn into the conflict around him without losing his own mind? David French does translate this as well. I know David French worked with Andrzej Sapkowski. I don't know if he worked with him, but I know he did translate Andrzej Sapkowski's Witcher series, and those turned out to be pretty damn good. Another one on October, the 13th of October, but this is a bit of a question mark because I could not find anything about this book, which is The Cistern by Susanna Clarke. She is the author of Piranesi, one of my best books of 2021 if you've seen the video, and also Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, a book I have been wanting to read for quite some time, but it's a big chunky book and I just haven't found the time to read it yet. I know next to nothing about this book. I just know it's coming out October. I don't know what the cover is, so I can't really show you what a cover is. I don't know what the synopsis is. I just know this book is coming out this year in October. We have another April book. I'm sorry I don't have these in order. Like, I'm really sorry. And on the 5th of April, we have Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. This author has the potential to be a favorite author of mine. I loved Station 11. It was just such a good book, Station 11. I think I want to know as little as possible about this book, so I'll only just, like, give you a brief little thing about what it's going to be about. It is a novel of art, time, love, and plague that takes the reader from Vancouver Island in 1912 to a dark colony on the moon 300 years later, unfurling a story of humanity across centuries and space. A virtuoso performance that is as human and tender as it is intellectually playful. The Sea of Tranquility is a novel of time travel and metaphysics that precisely captures the reality of our current moment. That's all I want to know, honestly. Like, I don't want to know more. I want to trust in this author and her ability to write a damn good story. And I'm just gonna leave it there. And I will take you to another March anticipated read, One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serle. We follow Katie and her mother Carol as they embark on a mother-daughter once-of-a-lifetime trip to Italy, where Katie and Carol kind of wander the streets of Italy in Positano. Positano is a special place for Carol because that is where she met her husband, who is Katie's father. But 2 weeks before they go on their trip, Katie's mother dies, and she still ends up going on this trip. But when Katie steps upon the Amalfi Coast, she just sees her mother's spirit everywhere. What her mother did her mother do this? Did her mother do that? She sees her mother everywhere in the food, the art, the landscape, the scenery, the people, everything. But then she stumbles upon a 30-year-old sun-tanned, healthy version of her mother. Katie is going to take the opportunity to get to know Carol, not as her mother, but as the young woman she was. It's going to be quite hard-hitting, isn't it? It's going to be sad. Also, I'm looking forward to the Italy landscape and Italy scenes and references, and just, I'm excited for that. The last one I have found so far is Lapvona by Ottessa Moshfegh. This comes out on the 23rd of June. I have read Eileen by this author before, and I know she can write a very damn good dark story about really dark, messed up characters. So if you like your stories dark, check her out. I feel like this is going to be a bit of a struggle to talk about. It is set in a village in a medieval fiefdom buffeted by natural disasters. A motherless shepherd boy finds himself the unlikely pivot of a power struggle that puts all manner of faith to a savage test. In a spellbinding novel that represents Ottessa Moshfegh's most exciting leap yet. Then we follow this little boy who was abused and the delusional son of the village shepherd. He never knew his mother. His father told him she died in childbirth. But then there's a midwife who suckled him as a babe, like she did with so many other children in this village. And Ina's gifts extend beyond childcare. She possesses a unique ability to communicate with the natural world. Her gift often brings her the transmission of sacred knowledge on levels far beyond those available to other villagers, however religious they might be. For some people, Ina's home in the woods outside of the village is often a place to fear and to avoid a godless place. Then we follow Father Barnabas, the town priest and lackey for the depraved Lord and Governor William, whose hilltop manor contains a secret embarrassment of riches. It has to do with occult forces. I don't want to know too much. I want to trust in that Ottessa Moshfegh can write a really dark novel about messed up characters, because what I've noticed about her other books is that she's quite character focused, which I'm learning I actually really enjoy a good character focused novel. That's all I have, Is that all I have? Yep, that is all I have. So, I don't know how many books they are, and I can't be bothered to count how many there are. Thank you very much for watching. If any of these books sound very interesting to you, please let me know in the comments what you think about these books. What are your anticipated reads for 2022? If you liked it, leave a like, comment down below like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.